Greetings. I am Colonel Karyapa. I am a public health specialist and a technical advisor in health. I have served for 26 years with the Indian Armed Forces and I am now continuing my passion for health of the people through a population approach. I will be explaining briefly to you about IEC and SBCC over the course of the next few minutes. Before we commence, we must understand what health communication or health education is all about. Essentially, this is a process that is aimed at encouraging people to want to be healthy, to know how to stay healthy, to do what they can individually and collectively, to maintain health and to seek help when needed. As you can see, the words in bold in different colors are the ones which are like verbs which we want people to do on their own. You would ask, where is this coming from? Well, this is from the Alma Ata Declaration of 1978 when it was first envisaged that health can be there indeed for all, though it was to have been achieved by the year 2000. Health communication or education is thus a process. It is a process. It is not a one-off or a one-time effort. It is a process that informs, motivates, and guides people to adopt and maintain actively. It is not a passive process. They have to actively want to maintain healthy practices and lifestyles for their own benefit. So the emphasis point is that this is a process. Now, just for your information, this is not a technical subject which you are being taught. It's just to give you an idea. There are various stages of change model. There are very many of them. Researchers and scientists across the world have developed different stages. I'm just briefly telling you about one particular model, the stages of change model. It essentially, in the first stage, is pre-contemplation, where you're thinking about doing something. Before the stage before that. Stage 2 is when you're actually thinking about that. Stage 3 is when you want to prepare for doing such a thing. Stage 4 is when you take action to bring about whatever change you want to. And stage 5 is where you maintain or continue the same behavior. I will not illustrate this presently with an example. You can connect with me directly if you need me to explain to you the different stages. Hence, as this is slightly more complicated than I would like for you, we have decided to go for a simpler approach. That is, simpler steps to change. Every human being in every community anywhere in the world progresses through these steps. Instead of going from bottom to top, we are going top to bottom. Firstly, he has to acquire the knowledge. He or she then has to approve of whatever is the behavior or the change that he or she wants to bring about. Then they have to move to the stage of where they intend to do whatever is that they want to do. The fourth stage, the fourth step is where they would practice whatever they are intending to change or achieve. And the fifth stage is when they are going to advocate to others. That is, they themselves become messengers of change and they themselves are advocating this practice to others. That is the final stage that we're looking at. Now, usually people go through these stages, these steps. Of course, you can directly jump from knowledge, and if you are a highly advanced individual, which 99.9% of us are simple people. So we would technically go through these steps. But again, like I'm telling you, this is just for your information, just to give you a slight theoretical background of what is it that we are going to be talking about over the next module. What is IEC? It is very commonly bandied about in the development sector, in the governmental circles, in anything dealing with people where you are planning to convey some information. Essentially, IEC means information, education, and communication, which is focused on a particular target audience. It's just an approach which is wanting to change or reinforce a set of behaviors about a particular problem, and it's looking at a target audience. Broadly speaking, that is what IEC is about. Conventionally, we would also say IEC means putting up paintings, posters, wall paintings going in announcing messages to people. So that is IEC. It's a flow of information from those who want to give particular information to the community. Now, what is this SBCC? Well, SBCC is social and behavior change communication. Very important for us to understand this transformation from IEC to SBCC. For example, when you think of giving up tobacco, when you're looking at campaigns which run for encouraging people to give up tobacco, individuals themselves stopping tobacco is not enough. To sustain this change, there needs to be social non-acceptance too. That means, along with an individual's behavior change, his society and his community also needs to change at the same time, preferably, and then only this change is sustainable. I'll just give you an example. Those of you who are slightly older than your current age possibly will recollect that smoking in public used to be far more common in India than it is today. For example, in restaurants, in movie halls, you could just light up and smoke and no one said anything. For that matter, even in airplanes, people would smoke on a plane. Can you believe that today? Well, this is just indicating that change is coming about because socially the change is getting acceptable. Thus, SBCC is intended for change to be addressed at all levels, that is, the individual, his community, and his or her society, thereby leading to better health for all. Now, why does social and behavior change matter? I already gave you the tobacco example. Both are necessary to improve health outcomes. Both social change and behavior change are complementary. Using both strategies ensures that change is sustainable, and I'm certain that all of us want change that is sustainable. The strategies that we adopt, again, only for your information, are behavior change communication, advocacy, and this is done in a setting of social mobilization. That is only when truly any change can be effective and sustainable. You can make a difference. All of those who are watching, you can make a difference and you can be the change that you want to see in the world. Don't have to wait for others to make a difference. You can start with yourself. Thank you.